What's up, guys? Campus Productions back here on the second channel. It's Sunday, so you know what that means. Weekly update. That went weird. Let's go on to the first point. So, this week is an abnormal week. We have a total of 19 points because, I don't know, this week's been kind of interesting. Lego buys and just channel and collection and stuff wise. So, it's, yeah. In fact, wait a second. I need to briefly add the 20th point that I forgot. So there we go, let's get to a point where what I did this week. Well, apart from the weather being terrible because I live in the UK, absolutely nothing. Since the last one, which was last week, I also worked. Last time I was in work was last Sunday. No, I'm not on holiday. I'm isolating due to the whole coronavirus thing, so not really doing anything like that. I'm not, anything. So yeah, same deal with college as well. All I've really done this week is sit around and just mess around with stuff in my room and binge watch TV, which is all going to be part of this update coming up. So our second point is coming this week. Well, I'm not really sure what's coming this week. It's debatable, see if there's any new Lego Star Wars news drops, or if I come up with some random idea for every video. I don't know, but some of those video ideas are update points, if that makes sense. Like, I've had an idea here or there that could maybe be used, but nothing is set in stone. For instance, I could change my mind on an idea, or maybe something else will happen. It's like, oh wait, I'll do that like in a week or so, and I'll go for this idea instead. So these things can happen. The main channel's doing alright for itself. See, coming on Tuesday, I've actually ran out of content. It's the only issue I'm having, right? For instance, I've reviewed every single set in my collection. I'm not showing my display right now, but I will show you that in a second. Basically, I've run out of sets to review, other than the two Speed Champion sets, which I don't know why I'm not reviewing those for some reason. I need to come up with a fun way to do those. So yeah, this Tuesday I'm thinking, I am sure you asked it, because I went the first one in nearly 6 months. Next Tuesday will be the March update, and then that Tuesday after that, I'm going to have to have a plan for that. Once I order some more Lego sets, we'll have enough reviews. We can only do 2 videos a week, and Flickr Friday is one of them, and then of course there's those other things that could come up as a video, so we're kind of more or less sorted. Our next point is my display, so let me start you off with the shelves. So this one's pretty much remained the same, no changes whatsoever. And this is where the change starts, so not all of my walkers, well, there'll be a point where I explain where some Lego sets went. We've got, a whole bunch of Hyperforce Clone Troopers, we've got Yoda and Starfighter. This shelf is basically because Clone Wars stuff that I've got up here, which I'm thinking look quite good, just show you guys all that. But yeah, minifigures up here. This shelf doesn't really get chained up too much, so yeah, this is pretty cool. And also got posters and stuff in the background, so yeah. Bottom shelf here is episode 1, so you probably, if you've seen one of these kind of things before, you'll probably know along with this, but we've got minifigures as usual, the usual places. Clone Wars, this shelf is kind of like a tribute to the classic Clone Wars set, 2008 through 2011. I think 2012 had a couple, but I don't have any 2012 Clone Wars sets. And I think after that, Clone Wars became one of those depleting sub-themes in Star Wars, but I even created like 1 or 2 little scenes from the show and to get to focus. I am extremely happy with the way this came out. Could not be happier at all. Looks very cool. Yeah, I like how I got Ahsoka riding in the back of that walker. So yeah, can't be a Revenge of the Sith. Kind of standard as it usually would work. You may have noticed something a bit odd. Or maybe even not. Got my episode 4 shelf, which is a lot clearer because there's no TIE fighter taken up, so I don't make the X-Wing TIE fighter chasing thing, so that's different. It's just got, a set. And minifigures I've kind of kept with those sets. I don't have multiple versions of some things in here like I did before. Like, I'll show you in there all the figures that never really made it onto the shelf or I didn't do anything with, but yeah. All of them are dusted and it's looking quite good. Even look in his X-Wing there, I've got R2 lightsabers there. So yeah, let's move up to the next shelf. I adjusted the shelves. Wait, there's little holes you can do that. Yeah, those little holes you can adjust the shelving, as you can see. There's my Empire Strikes Back. There's a minifigure missing. That's because he's actually all the way over there because he's getting used as a Friday thing. So Again, kind of trying to go in movie order, got Snowtroopers and all that kind of stuff going along up here, which we also got Luke hanging down from a chain that's been placed on the Sarlacc, because I don't have an AT-AT. We've also got Luke and Darth Vader fighting in the back, so that's kind of cool. Step up on my bed so I can show it. This is Return of the Jedi, so I like what I've done here. So I did the Jabba's Palace, also I did all the figures for the scene, stuff like that. And I turned this, detached this and turned it round so I could have that gate kind of scene with the gate droid. And I could have, you know, the palace scene, which I think that looks alright, so they're not connected or anything, because see the pins or that side would connect in. This does happen to be one of those movies I don't have as many sets from, but you know, with what I do have, I've kind of got, you know, the Jabba's Palace scene, the skiff, and Palpatine's throne room. Honestly, I've kind of got the main locations they use in the movie, but I need Endor. Like, see if I was to move this some configuration, I would like to get Endor, not that this is the permanent configuration of the shelf. Now normally this would be the top. You're probably going to hate that you take the shelf out. No. The top shelf still has the 2012 box arts, but it has like kind of my odds and ends. So like non-canon figures. Not to mention, because things from like TV shows like again things that wouldn't fit in else. Got a couple of minifigures, 2 of them are Han Solos. I don't know why the second one's there, but that one's. The 2 are non-canon minifigures, got some Rebel Troopers, because most sets are non-canon, but I wanted to put the minifigures on. I've got the one Mandalorian set, and just like the strike, the interceptors up here, and there's a Prone Droid. Here's the minifigures that weren't used in it. Nothing there. A couple episode 2. I always forget that these themselves can be quite dusty. Look at that. This one dusty. Yuck. Clone Wars. I don't use all of those because I've got Clone Wars stuff there, I've got some up there, but I didn't want to go too nuts. With the minifigures, also there's some doubles like the Kenobi and Anakin. Which I might take Raw the Hut and include him in it. But I'll quite put Raw there next to the AAT. So, nothing's changed here. Back to the drawers. You know, barely anything glashing around to the Sith. Again, I didn't go nuts. Like I have in the past. But of course there's some spares. And those drawers are pretty much the same. Here we have, I'll get into that at some point. We just have some spillover in the bag, which we'll also get into in another update point. So, my Android, that is the minifigure coming this Friday. The 2015 Stormtrooper. So here we have the Twilight with some guns from Hoth. The Empire Strikes Back, I just couldn't fit them on that shelf for some reason. Like, let's get into that shelf for some reason. Sometimes I bother fitting them. Twilight got 20th anniversary minifigures, which could do for dusting as well. That's just standard. I'll get in a minute. We have the TIE Striker with, you know, a couple of rebels, like, yeah, let's try and hijack this thing, you know, some Imperials. Here is something I've not done, ever, is have a Ninjago display like this, with almost actual minifigures. It's just the base plate. I would maybe make a Ninjago more. This is the full Ninjago collection. I will be talking more about that at some point in this update, so yeah, just want you guys to see it. And down here is where some really cool stuff happened, so we kind of got my Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. I didn't pull the Force Awakens minifigures out because I'm not the biggest fan of the solo stuff here. Next to it, we've got Han and Kira and Han Speeder, we've got Darth Maul, and we've got a Corella dog. That Darth Maul has the thing on his chest, which basically makes him the solo version. Here's quite cool. So this stand for the minifigures, which I showed you guys last week, and was in the Every 2012 minifigure thing, is now being used to support 2 of my free speed champions. The Porsche 911 is still bagged up. I've not rebuilt it. Got some mini ships here with the cups. Volkswagen Speeder, and we've got the droid escape pod. So yeah, that's all of that. But yeah, I hope you like the display. Our next point is Ninjago. You're only 5 points in out of 20. This will be a long video. Ninjago. So I've been binge watching Ninjago the last couple of days on season 2, episode 11. Last Hope. So I own a small amount of my Ninjago, as you can see, right? It was one of those things last year that I really wanted to get into, and like I tried watching the series last year, maybe even earlier this year. No, sorry, definitely late last year. And I had to start again because I kind of forgot what the stuff I'd already seen. So binge watching it. Like, I know I have some sort of nostalgia for the original sets from like 2011 and 2012 because I no, I know I saw some of the show when it came out, but it's like the sets were more nostalgic. I don't know, something about those. The first variation of all the ninjas was the thing that was the most nostalgic. So yeah, if I end up liking the show, I'll buy some more sets. I know I want some of those classic sets, but the more I get into the show, we'll see where I stand on even the modern ones. So yeah. Next point. Our next point's going to be a bit of a controversial one, and it's why I don't like the Bulbous Palace. So, this set here, from 2012, based on the Palace, is brilliant. Even the set from 2003 is brilliant. I'm going to keep this brief because I made a whole video about it. That new one takes the coolness factor of this and just messes it up completely. Sure, it's cheaper. Sure, it has the updated figures, but the look of it, Palace. By them adding that extra bit on the end, they kind of just ruined the whole weight shape of it and stuff. So, I just hate it. What do you know? What was a set that I was so looking forward to? By the way, I did make a rant video, like I said, and I feel as if the expectations just weren't quite met, and like I know it wouldn't be as good, but I was still gonna buy it, and then I saw how much it sucked, and it's like, yeah, I really don't want this. So let's move on to the next point. Basically, we're moving on to stop me from ranting. Right, so Mando's N1 Starfighter. So I did have a Mando's N1 Starfighter custom that I built. I will get into that. My opinion on that set is it's absolutely brilliant. It's the only Book of Boba Fett set that I actually plan to buy so far. The Palace, like I said, let down, Stephen. Stop. You are going to go. Yeah, I said my name now. You are going to end up ranting repeatedly, even because I know it's a terrible set. I hate that set. But the Naboo Starfighter that he's got is one. Not only was it cool in the show, mind you, the Palace was cool in the show, and it doesn't look cool in Lego. That ruined it. But this whole Palace set they're releasing is brilliant. Like, it is absolutely brilliant. Like, the minifigures are great. Like, it's not just another set where you're going to get Mando and the child and some other character, and because whatever, it's like, they're actually giving you that, but it's potentially a new version of Mando, and you get Pelimoto, and you get the BD1, I think is how you say his name, which, that, that is a great selection. So I did a video talking about it, within the week, but, yeah, I actually even started to include pictures in those videos, so, or me so point the phone to the TV with the images up on it, closest thing I can do, and these videos are made so quickly that it's the most, makes the most sense. Next point. My custom ship. So, yeah, it's damaged slightly because I have to take a part off to fit it in. Let's take it out. So, I got kind of bored the other night. I might even make a video on this. I never made a video on the N1, which I did destroy to make this because I needed some of the parts, like some of the kind of angle parts you see here, the engines at the front came from that. What do you? I don't know what you guys think. It's a bit of a weird craft. I was inspired partly by using Space Police of all themes to build this. It might even be an actual Space Police part, but I don't know. What do you guys think of this? There's a gun turret at the top, moves up and down. It does have an interior, but it's like not exactly the easiest thing to access, which is in there. In fact, let me try and show you guys. So you can kind of see some interiors of bed. There's a cooking pot and junk. It's not the most accessible ship being. There's actually stairs that come from downstairs. An exposed hole that was not finished. And, yeah, you can get the general idea. That's what I had to remove to show it to you guys. Fixed. That kind of spoiler-like piece that I have on the top does not fit what's in that cube. So yeah, again, I don't really make ships. I'm more of a kind of a location-based mock builder, but who knows? Maybe if I do more spaceship-like things, maybe I'll get better at it. Bagging up sets is point number 9. So, over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing stuff like this. There's even a video on the channel where I did this one, but people are wondering, are you bagging up? Are you selling all your Lego? Of course not. If I was quitting YouTube though, or doing this, there would definitely be a video or some form of thing telling you. In this bag, I believe, is 4 of each. There's 4 of the walkers and then 4 of the speeders, or they're somewhat built. So basically, that I own 6 of the set. 2 copies I've kept, up on the shelf there, and then of course, these ones I've kind of been forced to put them in here. It's cause like, see for space, right? This makes a lot more sense, right? If I wanted to save space for my collection or have extra room, I don't want to keep multiple copies, especially when I've got 6 of these speeders and 6 of these walkers. It's one of those things that made sense. So yeah, this one was just I'm not a fan of the first order or anything, so they ended up in here. So yeah, that's what's happening with those. Right now they are staying, and that's going to crush those sets maybe, but I'm keeping it in there. Right now I'll have to put it in the cupboard at some point, but it's a bit of a space convenient thing that I'm doing. So yeah, next point. Last week of February, so yeah, time here is flying by, of course, on YouTube and all that. There's not going to be too much changes going on at all soon, but that's kind of insane to think. Here, listen, we're in the last week of February. Like, think about that for a moment. I just want to put that in your guys' head so you guys can see what's going on in my head. Ninjago collection video. So yeah, obviously, since I said I plan on expanding upon, I might as well do a collection video on these, on this. I don't know why, but I think that'd be an interesting collection video because I've only ever done Star Wars related ones, and this could be something interesting that I could do. I don't know. It really depends if you guys are like, hey, we want to watch this. I need to think about it because if I'm expanding this year, I'd like to, have this video so you can see the comparison between this and what it could look like in 2023. So again, just an idea. Get to our next point. So, what March sets I'm getting? So again, I've expressed my anger at the Palace set. What will I get? The Dark Trooper Attack. It's probably the only Star Wars March set I'm going to get. The Dark Trooper Attack is actually quite good. The helmets, I don't know. I like them, but I don't know if I like them enough to buy them. So there's plenty of Star Wars sets I like, but I know for a fact that I'm not going to buy them because it's like, and that minifigure there needs fixed, so let me just fix it. This is the one downside, is they will fall over super easy. Back to what I was saying, so yeah, that's the only one I want to buy that's brand new for March, but there's a couple of January sets here and there that I feel I need to get. Since I'm not spending all that money in the Lego store that I planned to spend originally, what I'm just going to do basically is I'm going to give myself £100 eBay budget. Thinking about getting the 2012 X-Wing. Cool to do some sort of video of that, and maybe this one, because this one is considered a classic set. Imagine probably people would consider the 2012 one, like myself. People like myself would consider that a classic. I might get myself a couple more 501st sets. Yes, I just banked those ones up, but it's like, I'm either going to get two more of those 501st sets, so I'll have 8, or I'll actually jump right into those minifigure pack, because I keep forgetting those minifigure packs exist. Maybe it's because us as Lego Star Wars fans are not used to having something that cool, but yeah. Okay, our next point is basically my plan for storing Lego sets. So as you can see, I do have a couple sealed Lego items, although that's our next point. There's plenty of Lego sets I want right now. If I buy a Star Wars set, there's no way in hell I'm keeping it sealed, right? Unless I was to go buy a UCS Falcon, then I would be forced to keep it sealed, right? But I've had an idea that I've been thinking about implementing for probably since I actually got into this room, right? And I've been thinking quite a bit about it. Here's the idea. Say I wanted to buy any random Star Wars set, even if it was sealed, I would open it. But say I bought basically a Star Wars set, I will spend as much money as I'm able to on it. But if it's a non-Star Wars set, the most I'll spend is 100. Right now, say I can get, there's a Ninjago set one, but within that price, I can get it sealed. Basically, to conserve space on the shelves, if it's sealed, I would store it under my bed because I've got plenty of room under there. Like, you guys can see the thickness there, so I'll be able to successfully do that. And then, like, say I bought 2 Ninjago sets, say one was open, the opened one I would review on the main channel, I would display it on my shelf, but if I bought one that was sealed, if I was able to get it sealed, then the sealed one would just stay under my bed, because at some point, I would like to have a bigger space for displaying Lego. I don't have all the room now, so to have a little sealed collection for when I get my own place would be quite cool, plus the value go up, so there's a little idea. Lego investing fail? So I'm just going to fix that so you can see it. So this is what I'm on about with Lego investing, right? The whole idea is, say for instance, I bought open set, the sealed one would just go under there, just, for storage. But here's my sealed collection so far, right? Now if you go back to like December, I made 2 episodes of, and That's what I called it. I called it Lego investing, and I've not added to it in months, right? I've had these sets completely sealed, as you can see. Yeah. No, I've not pressed in the fun tabs at all. Completely sealed sets. Bit of damage on the box. This one has damage, although that I've had that kicking around for about 4 years now. This was the first thing that kicked off the series, this Mario Poly bag. So let's talk about how it's a fail. This, I think, is still available in stores. I've never actually looked up the price. For all I know, this could be worth £1,000. Obviously it won't be. This, I thought was being retired, right? I thought the 75317, the Mandalorian Child Brickheads, which is 113 and 114, would have been getting retired at the, they would, I thought, for 2022 they'd be taken off shelves, but like some sets are now, I thought they were retiring it and it got an extra year on shelves, I think, or an extra few months, so. But basically, the Lego investing thing so far has, failed to go anywhere. So, you're probably wondering, hey, will you continue this? Well, I think brickheads is where I want to go for investing, because again, some of those just become, worth good money. So, who knows if I will continue or not, it remains to be seen. Although, until I decide what the hell's going on, I've been keeping them here. And our next point is new series. Well, for quite a while now, I've been trying to come up with a new series idea. We've had one or two things. We've got two series, which one of them technically is ended, another one isn't. So we have the one that's buying every 2012 minifigure. And that only really gets added to, when I actually buy 2012 Lego items, which have the 2012 minifigures. Another thing is the building a Lego room obviously is not happening anymore right now because, well, the damn Lego room is built, well, as close as I'll ever have to a Lego room at the moment. But see, whenever I make a new addition to the room, like say I was to go out tomorrow and have a shelf built up here, which is actually something I've been thinking about, I would make another episode of that series. I would add another episode, because things like that, if I was to buy a new display system or drawers or something, it would continue, but how unlikely is that? Have had the idea of getting more of these drawers and phasing these ones out and having all the minifigures done up by year. Which would be cool, which would be quite a cool idea, but I don't know if I want to go ahead and do it yet. So our next point is the no Lego buying challenge. Well, I do apologise for holding this video going. So yes, I've not bought any Lego. I still have 18 days, I think, left to continue on that, so we're getting there. And yeah, I think I've done quite well for the challenge. I've saved up quite a bit of cash, so when I do go to buy Lego, I'm going to obviously spend quite a bit of money, but I'll admit it was all 100% completely worth it. Plus, it means I could have blown all my money through the January stuff buying multiple Snowtrooper battle packs that I probably didn't need. No, I will be buying some Snowtrooper battle packs. Probably buy 2 of them at the most. I don't really you guys can see my Snowtrooper. But I had the brightness up, just it's not something I 100% need thousands of. Wouldn't mind an extra few just so to even out, because I do have quite a few Rebel Troopers here and there. But yeah, I'm doing quite well on that challenge so far, not failing it. Point number 17. I have a problem, and apart from the length of this video. Here's my cupboard that has lots of posters on it. We open it up. So yes, there's tools and junk there, but you guys can see the problem that relates to buying Lego, which is the other thing that's motivated me not to spend money, is the increasingly annoying issue that I'm having, which seems to be box storage. And this is a problem that I need to pull all the boxes out and try to sort. But the problem is I've put boxes within boxes and it still doesn't always solve it. I might get rid of the Speed Champion boxes completely. Although, see, I've got a couple retro Star Wars set boxes I have more than one of. And I have two of these Corporate Lives Tanks boxes from 2009. I'm having a hard time parting with them because, or at least one of them, it's just these are classic, I don't want to get rid of them. But yeah, it's definitely becoming a little bit of a problem for space. So on to point 18, rumour videos. I'll make a video about rumours and how well I think, how accurate they're going to be. The problem I'm having with doing that is it's just I've actually been in isolation since last Monday. So I try to figure I have the time, it's just the motivation as well. And on Tuesday there, like, I didn't even upload on the main channel because of the lack of review problem I'm having, which isn't great. So, yeah, I want to try and do that in a live stream. So, something I've never done, ever. I've never ever done a live stream, which I like. I have always had the thought there that I want a live stream build a set from there. Like, I wanted to do it with that, but it's like, I don't want distraction when I'm building, but it's like, maybe a live stream where I take all the stuff off my. See, when I get some new sets later on this. Sorry, not later on this month, but like, see, let's say in about a month time, right, when I've got all those new sets of plant by, right. Today's the 20th, so I'd imagine by then I should have them. Given that I'm not going to buy anything until March 10th, and shipping and going to the Lego store, I'll need to reorganise my shelves to fit it and stuff. Maybe I should live stream that. Like, that's a potential idea that I've been having. I've just not implemented it yet. Oh, last thing is, I finally sorted out my brick set. You guys can clearly get that thing adjusted. Clearly see I have a decently sized Lego collection when you're in my room. It is quite obvious, right? So I went on Brickset and here's my total, right? Now this made no sense to me at first, but when you count it, it kind of does. So I have 399 minifigures, right? That's including CMF, Ninjago, and all the other random themes that, are currently in this box. And I have 114 sets. Now, this made no sense to me, right? Because I think I must have like 60 Star Wars sets at most. And I've got a couple Ninjago, a couple Speed Champions and stuff whatnot. But it turns out CMF minifigures count as sets. The way I did not understand this at first, but apparently they count as a Lego set, so that's what I'm rolling with. They're Lego sets. So, yeah, so that's how my brick set total, and we've just lost the flash. Got it back there, so we're gonna end this off. Longest update video I think I've ever made. Don't think it's the longest video I've made, but on here, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy what's coming this week. I do have some planned things going on. We just have to wait and see. And if there's any, I think tomorrow I want to get my thoughts on the Obi-Wan Starfighter rumor out. That's my plan. I'm actually gonna write down all the video ideas. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out.